Welcome back to Junkie with Junior. Got a little project here. Nothing automotive or V8 related at all. It's a two peddler. So we're working on Westin's bicycle. It's a SE Big Flyer, and it comes with a 16-tooth rear sprocket, and it's a little bit too high geared. So we're going to lower it a little bit. We're going to go to a 17-tooth, but we can't just go to a regular 17-tooth sprocket. We got to make it bigger and better, right? So what do we get? Ride Out Supply. Never bought from them before, but so far I'm a huge fan of the company. Even said, thanks for your support, Maddie, Ride Out Supply. Not too many companies take the time to personally write a letter like that on a piece of scrap cardboard. I think it's pretty cool, nice little touch. Comes with a I Love Hot Bike sticker, can't go wrong there. But the other cool thing about their freewheel is it's got a lot more teeth in it, and it has 9 paws in it, so it has a lot better engagement. And sorry, I'm trying to get this thing out of the box here. So similar on the outside, but it has no play in it like the factory one does. So the side to side from the bearing motion, and it's much clickier. So it sounds really cool when you ride them, and you don't really need a dinger bell on there when you got those, because people are going to hear you coming. But if you look at this, I'll try to show you not just the chain, but the housing itself has a lot of play in the bearings, more than I'd like to see. So if we're going to change something and make it better, well, let's go ahead and do it and really make it better. So let's do it. So we got Westin out here wrenching on his own bike. This is where it all begins. He's going to go ahead and back these jam nuts out for the chain adjusters, the slack adjusters. Break the jam nut loose, then we can run those Allen screws out and release that all the way. And then we can break the nuts loose for the axle, slide the assembly forward, take the chain off, remove the wheel. Use the other end of your wrench. Spin it right out. All right. So before we get this thing all the way apart, just to give you an idea, there's a normal pedal, and there's a nice little slow coast. Here's a back pedal. And there's actually, hear that little ding there? That's how much play is in there before it catches and, you know, gets a bite so that you can pedal to carry your motion forward. The new one does not do that. They have practically zero play. All right, Westin, slide your wheel up in there and knock that chain off, and then you can take the wheel out. It's probably easier to take it off the front sprocket. We'll give you some more slack. There you go. All right, next up on the old list of things to do, I know this is the correct tool for the new one. Should fit this old one as well. Wow, look at all that dirt in there, man. We really got to clean that. Okay, so that fits in there nice. We can break this freewheel loose. Here you go, Westin. And this is going to be a, let's think about this. That's going to be a righty-tighty, so a lefty-loosey, normal deal. Just going to kind of wedge it against this post here. There she goes. Give it a couple of good taps and it's off there. Broken loose, I should say. It's a really fine thread, so takes a little bit of turning. Yeah, that's awesome, because then we can get all that stuff clean too. So just to give you an idea, I'm just going to hold it, and you can kind of hear that one, and then hear that dude. So it's essentially just a finer tooth internals. So there's no play like it. Just the exact opposite of taking it off. We're going to put this thing back on, put a little bit of grease on those threads, just so we don't have to worry about anything sticking. Righty-tighty on this dude. And actually, when you want it to be good and snug, but whenever you pedal the bike, it's going to naturally tighten it. So it's not like you have to get crazy with it. Good and snug. Just like that. Ready to get put back on. So there's this play over here. We need to get up against this adjuster. I'm going to snug this up a little bit because that actually turns the nut inside. So that gets rid of all our play in the adjusters. And it's not an exact science, but we're going to get it as close as we can. There's a lot of feel involved with this stuff too. You can shut it off. All right, so it takes some tinkering to do that. I get it. Again, it is not necessary. You don't have to do it at all. But just as an example for you here, we can come back in here and measure. We are at 1.223. Come over here, and we are at 1.232. That's close enough. You're really splitting hairs when you do that. Again, it doesn't matter. I can't say that enough. It's just, hey, while we're doing it, let's take a few extra minutes, get it as centered as we can. And that also helps with the brake adjustment. So if you keep that wheel dead centered in that frame, then you're not having to play with the brake pads and adjust them, even though that's why they have that adjustment, so if things aren't square and perfect. But it's okay. It's not a perfect world. We'll get it as close as we can. So unfortunately, we can't go for a test ride to let you hear how this thing really works, and for Westin to see how much better it feels, because when he went to get the bike, it's got a flat tire. It was sitting in the garage out back, and it wasn't in the AC, and the tires were pumped up to like 55 pounds, and I think just this summer heat down here in Florida got to it, and it let all the air out. So we'll have to get a tube. We'll save that for another day, but for now, listen to that. And then you can give it just a nice slow pedal. Lots of tooth engagement there. So it actually drags the pedals just a little bit. I have a feeling that's going to break in some, but it doesn't take minimal effort there to stop it. But man, it sounds good. It sounds like a real bike now. Yeah. All right, Weston's going to go ahead and pull his front tire off so that he can get a new tube in town tomorrow, and then we can get that thrown on there and get this thing back on the road where it belongs. What you got going on, Weston? You don't have to take these all the way off, just loosen it up, and then you can pull that washer with the tab out of its hole there, and it kind of flips around like that, and then you're ready to lift it out. Just like that. Since we're only changing the tube and not the tube and the tire, we're only going to pull one bead off. And kind of get that thing muscled over here. Get our finger up under there and give it a good little tug. They make little tools for this, little plastic spoons or whatever you want to call them, but sometimes it's just as easy to do it by hand. Once you get it started, it kind of just goes. Just kind of pull and slide your way right on around that wheel until it all comes off. Like I said, we're going to leave one of the beads on. Look at it, it's falling back. There we go. Get gravity working on the side here. Just like that. So now we can take the cap off of the valve stem, pull it up out of the hole, just like that. Now we're ready to put the new tube back in. There you go, just enough to let it hold its shape. All right, now you can slide those washers out against the nuts. Slide it right in them forks. Just like that. The washers go, put that little tang up there in that hole. Just like that. You grab your 15 millimeter and tighten her up. Well, that's going to do it. Weston's got his big flyer ready to go. Actually, we got to put our grips on it still, so we'll slide those on there with some glue, let those set up, and then this dude is ready to ride again. So hope y'all enjoyed it. A little different pace than the automotive stuff, but, you know, something a little different. Change it up every now and then. So thank you all for watching. Junkin' with Junior, and we will see you next time. Sounds good. Does it take off a little easier for you? Lower gear, a little better? Sweet. Dialed in. Success.